and welcome to Somerville Highlanders Softball on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today from Trum Field, Highlanders will be taking on the Lynn Classical Rams as the Rams come in with a record of 2-2 on the season. The Highlanders currently 0-4. They have one game that was suspended against Malden, an 11-11 tie. First game of the season. That game will be completed when the Highlanders and the Golden Tornadoes face off later on this season. So currently, Highlanders 0-4 on the season. Malden also the only common opponent between these two teams. As I mentioned, the Highlanders coming out with that 11-11 tie currently, and we will see how that game ends. When Lynn Classical faced off against Malden, they defeated them 13-3 back on April 12th. On the mound for the Highlanders today is going to be Nikki Grover. Around the horn for the Highlanders as we look at their starting lineup defensively. Over at first base is Jordan Ardolino. Second base is going to be Nora Gamache. Third base will be Samantha Coco. Over at shortstop will be Maddie French. Around the catching around the plate will be Kaylee McQueenie. And then out in the outfield over in left field will be Brooke Higgins. Right field will be Emma Benevento, and the center fielder is Nora Donovan. Today for Lynn Classical, leading off is going to be their pitcher, as Michaela Poisson is their pitcher. She'll be followed by Rachel Dana, and then Manuela Lizardo batting third this inning as Poisson steps in to face off against Grover, and we are underway here at Trum Field. It's the first pitch in for a strike from Grover. First opportunity to follow softball this season, but of course we have all spring sports as it's a hot shot to third base, fired over towards first by Ardolino, and that is past the first baseman as Coco's throw over to Ardolino got past Ardolino. So on second base is going to be Poisson as she gets to second on that errant throw. Dana up now for Lynn Classical, thinks about squaring around. Poisson will take third base as the pitch got past McQueenie. 1 ball, no strikes now the count to Dana. Grover's pitch is in there for called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count to the Rams' third baseman. And that's a hot shot into center field. That's going to bring in the run for the Rams as Dana going into second base, standing up. And she is in with an RBI double as Poisson comes in to score. 1-0 is the Lynn Classical lead here. Nobody away, top half of the first inning. Good hot shot in the center field there for Dana. That brings up Lizardo. Manuela Lizardo takes the first pitch, catches the upper part of the zone for strike 1. Highlanders down 1-0 right off the bat here at Trum Field. Coming off a loss to Everett, a mercy rule loss to Everett as this is popped into left field. Coming in to make the play just over her glove is going to be Higgins as the Highlanders will fire that in. The run will come around to score. Dana scores from second, an RBI double for Lizardo. That brings up F, shortstop for the Rams. Nevea F. Lizardo stands at second. Pitch is low, And Lizardo takes third on the stolen base. Nobody out, 2 runs in for the Rams. Swing and a miss there for F. Highlanders looking to get the first out of this inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to F. Grover delivers. That one's up high for a ball. Runner at third is Lizardo. That pitch is a ball. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Nevaeh F. Pitch there by Grover. Grounded past the shortstop into center field. As that will score Lizardo from third. RBI single, 3-0 is the Ram lead. That'll bring up Wilson. Wilson, the right fielder for the Rams today. Away from first is F. Throw goes down to second from McSweeney, and F is in safely with the stolen base. Delivery from Grover down in the dirt, ball 1. That pitch outside, a little elevated as well for a ball. Nobody away, 3 runs in for the Rams. Runner at second is Nevaeh F. As that pitch from Grover up high, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, now the count. As Grover digs in. That's a number towards third, fired over to first by Coco, but that a little bit late. Good speed for Wilson down to base path as she gets the infield single on that swinging bunt. Runner advances to third. So runners on the corners now for the Rams. 3 runs in, nobody away. Mills, their left fielder, up to the plate. That pitch in there for a called strike. Throw goes down to third. As F dives back in safely, Wilson took second base. So runners on second and third, nobody away. That pitch up high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 the strike. Now the count to Mills. Kylie Mills at the plate. Pitches up high. Ball 2, 2-1. Now the count to Mills. Highlanders already 3 runs allowed here. Top half of the first inning against the Rams. That one's popped back into the screen. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Kylie Mills. Lauren Wilson is at second. Nevaeh F at third. Delivery from Grover is called. Strike 3. As Kylie Mills strikes out. Nikki Grover gets her first strikeout, and that's 1 away here in the top of the first. That'll bring up the second baseman, Lily Newell, as she takes a called strike from Grover. 1 away here, top half of the first inning. That one lined into center field. It's going to get down. And that will score 2. as that one dropped right in front of Nora Donovan out in center field. That'll bring home Nevaeh Eth as well as Wilson from second. So the 2 RBI single for Newell. And that is now a 5-run lead for the Rams. Brings up Meager, their catcher, as she squares around to bunt, and that hit her, as that was too far inside. So Meager will go to first on the hit batsman. Lily Newell now at second base. First and second as Broswell comes up. Brooke Broswell at the plate. As Highlander head coach Paul French out, just verifying, I think, the hit batsman on that last play. There's one away here in the top half of the first inning. Umpires will now talk, have a little conversation. Give me the opportunity to remind everybody out there, we've got all the spring sports for the Highlanders here on Somerville Ed TV. We, as you can see, have softball coverage throughout the season. We will also have baseball coverage as well, as the Highlanders look to qualify for the playoffs again this season in baseball. We will also have coverage of boys lacrosse as well as girls lacrosse, possibly a playoff season for the girls lacrosse team in the offing, as well as boys volleyball as they battle for a playoff spot as well. We've got all those sports for you here on Somerville Ed TV. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, as that pitch is low, catches the bottom half of the strike zone, though, for a called strike to Broswell. Runners advanced, though. Lynn Classical very active on the base paths. Many stolen bases here in this inning, as now they have runners on second and third. Newell on third, Meager on second. Pitch into Broswell was called a ball. 1 strike now the count, as Grover settles in. That pitch up high and outside, ball 2. 2-1 is the count. 1 away here. 5 runs across already for Lynn Classical in the top half of the first inning. That pitch high and outside as well. Ball 3, 3 balls, 1 strike, now the count. As Grover delivers. That is ball 4, elevated up high, the umpire says. First walk issued this inning by Grover, and that will turn the lineup over as Poisson comes back up again. She got on base on an error on a ground ball to third to open this game up. Stole second and came around to score. So that pitch was elevated up high for ball 1. That pitch in there for called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count. Poisson on the mound for Lynn Classical today, so we will get to see her pitch soon. So she pops that one up, ranging out into short right field, but it drops in. 1 run across. The bases will remain loaded, as Lily Newell came in to score on the pop single into short right field. Everybody moves up a bag. 6-0 is the Ram lead. Meager now at third, Broswell at second, Poisson at first, Dana at the plate. As that pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. Dana had an RBI double. First run of the game for Lynn Classical earlier this inning. That one towards short, fielded well, fired over to first. Artolino catches it there. Run will score on the bases loaded fielder's choice. 6-3 is your put out. And Meager comes in to score. Two away now as Lizardo comes up. Lizardo had an RBI as well. She had an RBI double earlier this inning. 6 runs in for the Rams here in the top half of the first. 2 away, runners on second and third. As Grover fires that one in, swung on, fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Manuela Lizardo. As Grover looking to get out of this inning. That one up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Lizardo. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the inning for Nikki Grover, and that will do it. The Lynn Classical 6 runs across in the top half of the first. The Highlanders will get their first turn at bat when we return. We are back here at Trum Field. So the Highlanders get their shot at bat. Nikki Grover leading off for the Highlanders, followed by Maddie French and Nora Donovan, top of the lineup, bottom half of the first inning. Down 6-0 as the Rams got 6 across in the top half of the first inning. On the mound for the Rams, Michaela Poisson. Nikki Grover, pitcher for the Highlanders, at the plate. And that'll be swinging strike 2 for Grover, as she squared around to bunt the first pitch and fouled that one off of home plate. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Nikki Grover. Swung and missed on the high heat. So a strikeout there for Michaela Poisson. That will bring up Maddie French, shortstop for the Highlanders. Up high from Poisson on the first delivery. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count. Fired in there by Poisson, swung on and missed. Good velocity there from Poisson. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to French. Poisson kicks, delivers, popped up over towards second base. As Newell settles underneath it and makes the play. 2 away here. That'll bring up Nora Donovan. Donovan, center fielder for the Highlanders. It's Poisson looking to go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom half of the first. Pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1 to Donovan. That one up high from Poisson. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Donovan. 2 away here. Bottom half of the first inning. 6-0 is the Ram lead, as they jumped on the Highlanders early. That one in there for called strike 2 to Donovan. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. Poisson fires that one in, took a little bit off. Donovan ahead of it for strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Michaela Poisson. Highlanders go 1, 2, 3. We'll be back with the top half of the second inning. We are back for the top half, I should say, of the second inning. Rams leading the Highlanders 6-0 as Nevaeh Eth, Lauren Wilson, and Kylie Mills will be up. Nevaeh Eth fouls off the first offering from Nikki Grover. Eth singled last inning, came around to score. That pitch up high. Ball one, 1 strike, now the count.
It's long, but it's on.
That pitch from Grover up high. For ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Nevaeh F. Rams jumped on Grover early in this game, getting 6 runs in the top half of the first inning. That pitch catches the upper part of the strike zone. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Nevaeh F. Up high from Grover. That'll fill out the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's high fly ball, left center field, drifting back, unable to get to it though, is Higgins. As Eth rounds second to third, she will round third and head on home. So Nevaeh Eth with the deep fly ball to left center gets the home run. That makes it a 7-0 lead for the Rams, brings up Lauren Wilson. Wilson singled home a run back in the first, 1 for 1 on the day. She pops that one up, second half side, tough play there. Unable to make it is Nora Gramash, and into second is going to be Lauren Wilson. Wilson a lot of speed as she popped that ball basically where no one was, just off of the infield dirt behind first base. That'll bring up Kylie Mills. Mills struck out in the first inning. Runner on second. Nubber back to Grover, and Grover misplays that one, can't get the throw off to first. So Mills safe at first base. Wilson moves on to second, or third I should say. First and third now, nobody away here. Top half of the 6th, Rams up 7-0. Lily Newell up. Newell got a double, RBI double. Or I should say a 2 RBI single, my bad, sorry about that. Earlier in the first inning as that pitch was in for a called strike. Taking second on that pitch was Kylie Mills. So now runners on second and third as that one catches the inside corner for a strike. To Lily Newell. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Newell. Swung on and missed. Third strikeout of the day for Nikki Grover. 1 away here in the top half of the second. As Maddie Meager comes to the plate. Meager was hit by a pitch in the first inning as that first offering from Grover is a ball. Runners on second and third, 1 across already here in the top half of the second. 7-0 is the Ram lead as that gets behind Highlander catcher McQueenie, but good quick reaction there. Unable to allow Lauren Wilson to come in from third. Grover's pitch is up high for a ball. Three balls, no strikes. Now the count. Runners on second and third, 1 away here. Top half of the second inning. As that pitch up high to Maddie Meager, she'll work the walk and load the bases. Brings up Brooke Broswell. Broswell walked and was left at second base back in the first inning. As that is in for a called strike. One away here, bases loaded for the Rams. Rams already with a 7-0 lead in the top half of the second inning. Number 9 batter up for the Rams as that pitch from Grover catches the upper part of the strike zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes is the count to Broswell. Bases filled with Rams. The 0-2 delivery. Hot shot past the third baseman into left field. Played very quickly out there by Higgins, allowing only 1 run to come in to score, but the RBI single will score the 8th run of the game for the Rams as Broswell gets the RBI. We turn over the lineup to Michaela Poisson once again. Poisson on the mound for the Rams today. That pitch up high, ball 1 ball, no strike. The count to Poisson. 1 away here, bases loaded. That catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Poisson. Poisson on base both times she's been up today. Reached by virtue of an error in the first, a single later on in that first inning. This is a pop-up, over, out of play, foul ground. Nobody able to get to it. Strike 2 on Poisson. 1 away here. Top half of the second inning. 2 runs have come in to score. That pitch down in the dirt. Nice job by McSweeney blocking it. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Poisson. Grover's delivery took a little bit off and gets the swinging strike 3 from Poisson. That will be the 4th strikeout for Nikki Grover. Brings up Rachel Dana with 2 away and the bases loaded. That's a ground ball right through the middle of the infield. That's going to score 1 and a 2nd run for the Rams as their 8th and 9th runs come across to score. I'm sorry, 9th and 10th runs. Settling in at third base is Brooke Broswell after that hot shot through the infield for Rachel Dana. Dana now 2 for 3 today. That brings up Manuela Lizardo. As that pitch gets past McSweeney, Dana will take second. Lizardo 1 for 2 on the day. Had an RBI single earlier in the first inning, then struck out to end the first inning. She's been one of the 4 victims of strikeouts by Nikki Grover today. That one inside to Lizardo. Two away here. Top half of the second. Hot shot towards third. Played well by Coco. Fires it over to first. And that'll do it for the Rams on the 5-3 putout. They do get 4 more across. It is a 10-0 Lynn Classical lead here as we move to the bottom of the second. We are back for the bottom half of the second inning. Highlanders trailing 10-0. They will have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters. McQueenie, I should say, Tejada and Ardolino as McQueenie stands in. First pitch is a ball from Michaela Poisson. Poisson put the Highlanders down 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. 2 strikeouts for Poisson in that first inning as well. McQueenie settles in. That one up high for a ball. Kayla McQueenie, the catcher for the Highlanders today, settles in. 2-0 delivery from Poisson is in for a called strike on the outside corner. 2-1 offering inside to McQueenie. That'll move the count to 3 balls, 1 strike now to McQueenie. That one up high. McQueenie works the walk. First Highlanders base runner of the day. That'll bring up Aliana Tejada for the Highlanders. Designated player. Runner on first is McQueenie. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the second. As Tejada thought about it, held up, caught the outside corner on her. No balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Tejada. That pitch catches the lower part of the strike zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Tejada. Highlanders, our first base runner is Kayla McQueenie at first base right now by virtue of a walk. Delivery from Poisson. That's a hot shot. Hit towards second. Unable to be played there as it gets into left center field. McQueenie around second, and she will be into third base. So the single for Tejada. The Highlanders have something going. Tejada will be at first. McQueenie will be at third. Nobody away here. And that brings up Jordan Ardolino. First pitch to Ardolino, called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Ardolino. Delivery from Poisson, swung on and missed. As Tejada takes second base for the stolen base. Runners on second and third now for the Highlanders. Ardolino, though, down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. As Poisson will rock and deliver. Up high, swung on, tipped into the mitt for the strikeout. That is the 3rd strikeout of the day for Poisson. That will bring up Nora Gamache, second baseman for the Highlanders. RBI opportunity here for Gamache with 1 away in the bottom half of the second. Highlanders trailing by 10. It's Poisson's delivery, too far inside. Ball 1 to Gamache. Poisson delivers, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Gamache. Highlanders with runners on second and third. So McQueenie got the walk to start this inning. Then Tejada moved her along to third with the single, and Tejada stole second. That pitch catches the upper part of the zone to Gamache. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Nora. Highlanders down 10-0. Lynn Classical brought the bats today and opened them out early. Scoring 6 in the first, 4 in the second. Highlanders looking to cut into that lead. Gamache swings and misses. And a big strikeout there for Michaela Poisson. That's her 4th of the game. And that'll bring up Samantha Coco for the Highlanders with 2 away here in the bottom half of the second. First offering from Poisson to Coco, swung on and missed. No balls, 1 strike, now the count. Highlanders on second and third. McQueenie on third, Tejada at second. 2 away though, as Poisson will rock and deliver. Her 0-1 delivery is up high, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Coco. That one hit by Coco a little bit late on the swing, though. Couldn't quite get around on it. It's fouled down the first base line for the second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Coco. Poisson, good velocity out there. Highlanders having a hard time catching up with it. Already 4 strikeouts on the day for Poisson, and that will be a 5th as Coco swings and misses at the high heat. 3 strikeouts that inning for Poisson. Highlanders get 2 on, leave them both there. 10-0 is the Ram lead as we move to the 3rd. We are back here at Trum Field for the top half of the 3rd inning. Highlanders trailing 10-0 as this one is out into left field. That drops in fair for Nevaeh F, as she will be around third and heading home. The cutoff throw attempt not fielded well, and so a home run there for Nevaeh F. That is her 2nd of the game. 11-0 now your score as the Rams taking care of business. Lauren Wilson will come to the plate. Pitch from Grover up high, ball 1 to Wilson. Wilson scored 2 runs today, 2 singles on the day for Wilson, 1 for 1. Grover kicks, delivers, popped up, first base side. It'll get out of play onto the shed. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count to Wilson. Highlanders now down 11-0. Highlanders threatened in the bottom half of the 2nd, but left runners on 2nd and 3rd. This pitch from Grover up high. Ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike now the count to Lauren Wilson. As that one is a hot shot down the first base line. It is fair for Wilson. As the relay comes into second base, Lauren Wilson safe standing with the double. That'll bring up Kylie Mills. Mills 1 for 2 on the day. She struck out in the first inning, singled in, scored in the 2nd. Swung and missed there by Mills. Back behind McWeeny, though. The ball got past her to the backstop. Wilson will take 3rd. Nobody away here. Rams leading 11-0. Runner on 3rd is Lauren Wilson. Pitch into Mills. It is a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Kylie Mills. That pitch just low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Mills. Nevaeh F began this inning with a home run down the left field line. And that is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. That's the 5th strikeout of the game for Nikki Grover. Brings up Lily Newell. Newell, 2 RBIs. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out in the 2nd. Got a 2 RBI single back in the 1st. First offering to Newell. Up high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count. 1 away here. Top half of the 3rd inning. Rams leading 11-0. They have a runner at 3rd, and that is Lauren Wilson, as that one's fouled off over towards the street on the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Newell. That one up high. Ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. That pitch left up high as well by Grover. 3-1 now the count to Newell. That's in there for a called strike. Fills the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Lily Newell. Or I should say 1 away here. Top half of the 3rd inning. That one fouled back into the screen. We'll do it again. Grover rocks, delivers, swung on and missed as Newell gets rung up for the 2nd time today. 6th strikeout of the game for Nikki Grover. Brings up Maddie Meager, catcher for the Rams, as Meager has no official at bat. She was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, came around to score. She walked in the 2nd and came around to score. That is a pop-up into foul ground by Meager. So no at-bats, no hits for Meager, but 2 runs scored. 2 away here, top half of the 3rd. Highlanders down 11-0. Runner at 3rd is Lauren Wilson. As Meager gets rung up with a 2nd strike. No balls, 2 strikes now the count to Maddie Meager. As Grover looking for a 3rd strikeout this inning. That pitch up high for ball 1. Kind of a waste pitch there for Meager. See if she'd go fishing. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Grover has struck out the last 2 Rams, Kylie Mills and Lily Newell. But this one is a high fly ball, center field, settling underneath it and making the play is Nora Donovan. And that will do it for the Rams in the 3rd. They do get 1 across on the home run by Nevaeh F. They lead 11-0 as we move to the bottom of the 3rd. We are back here at Trum Field. Highlanders trailing the Rams by the score of 11-0. Emma Benevento settling into the batter's box. She will lead off for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the 3rd. The offering from Michaela Poisson up high for ball 1. Poisson has been excellent today on the mound. She has 5 strikeouts through 2 innings of work. No runs allowed. Highlanders threatened in the bottom of the 2nd. Left runners on 2nd and 3rd. The pitch to Benevento. Emma squares around, fouls it back into the screen. Pitch from Poisson up high to Benevento. It's ball 2. Chilly, windy day here at Trum Field. 10 a.m. start during spring break as that pitch is in for a called strike. Emma squared to bunt, pulled the bat back. Caught the zone though. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count to Benevento. That one's up high for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes now the count. Poisson did walk the leadoff batter last inning as well, as Benevento looking to work a walk like McWeeny did. Pitch from Poisson, catches the lower part of the zone, called strike 3. And that is her 6th strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Nikki Grover as the Highlanders turn the roster over here, the lineup over. Grover led off in the bottom of the 1st with a strikeout. She squares around to bunt. Poisson fields it well. Fires over to 1st, being covered by the 2nd baseman, Newell. And that's how you do it. the 1-4 putout. 2 away here in the bottom of the third as Maddie French steps in. Maddie popped up to second in the first inning. So that pitch from Poisson up high. Poisson leaving her pitches elevated a bit this inning. She's been very effective though, showing a variety of velocity as well. As you see that one getting in there, good fastball catching the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to French. Poisson looking for her second 1-2-3 inning of the game. As this one, a charge put into it by French, right center field, but the right fielder settling right underneath it, Lauren Wilson, makes the play, and 1-2-3, the Highlanders go down in the bottom of the third. We'll move to the top of the fourth with the Rams leading 11-0. We're back here for the top half of the fourth inning at Trum Field. Highlanders trailing the Rams of Lynn Classical 11-0. Maddie Grover, or Nikki Grover, strike that, sorry about that. Nikki Grover on the mound. Nikki performing relatively well, 6 strikeouts in the first 3 innings. But through that as well, Lynn Classical showing what they can do with the bat as that's a hot shot back to Grover. Nikki fires it over to first, and that is the first out as Brooke Broswell down to the 1-3 putout. Brings up Michaela Poisson. Poisson pitching very well for the Rams. She steps in, 1 for 2 on the day. Singled and scored in the first as that is up high for ball 1. She singled and scored in the first. Actually, strike that. She's 2 for 3 on the day. She singled and scored in the first as well as singling and being left on base in the first. So that pitch outside for ball 2. And then she struck out in the second inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Poisson. 1 away here, top half of the fourth inning as that catches the upper part of the zone for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Poisson. Up high, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Highlanders allowed 6 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second, 1 run in the third. And 1 away here already in the top of the fourth. Swinging and missing is Poisson. That'll load the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Poisson. Nikki with some nice velocity on that last pitch. Looking for a 7th strikeout, and she's going to get it with the called strike 3. 2 away here, top half of the fourth inning. Highlanders looking for their first scoreless inning of the game against the Rams. As Rachel Dana checks in. Dana pops this one up, first base side. It's going to fall in just fair once again. As Nora Gamache could not quite get over to it, so a little excuse me pop fly single for Rachel Dana, and that brings up Manuela Lizardo. Lizardo 1 for 3 on the day. And that's a hot shot, just foul down the third base line for strike 1. Lizardo singled, RBI single back in the first and came around to score. She also struck out to end the first inning. Then she grounded out to third base to end the second inning. Highlanders would like her to end this fourth inning now. And she swings and misses, strike 2. Runner at first is Rachel Dana. Highlander pitcher Nikki Grover looking for her first scoreless inning of the game. As that is up high, ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Lizardo. Highlanders down 11-0. It's Nikki Grover on the mound. She has 7 strikeouts so far today. So that one's down low in the dirt. Ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Lizardo. Rachel Dana is at first for the Rams. 2 away here, top half of the 4th inning. And that is swung on and fouled here to the third base side. 2-2 remains the count. On deck for the Rams is Nevaeh Eth. She is 3 for 3 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. So it would be good for Grover to get Lizardo here. As that pitch outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away here, top half of the 4th inning. Highlanders looking for their first scoreless inning against the Rams. And that is a hot shot. Third base side gets through. As Dana holds up at second. Ball was brought back into the infield very quickly. Well played out in left field by Higgins. So the single for Lizardo brings Nevaeh Eth up. Eth 3 for 3 on the day. Has a stolen base, has 3 RBIs. 2 of those hits have been home runs. 2 runners on for the Rams, 2 away, top of the 3rd. High fly ball for Eth, charging in, looking to make the play in center field is Nora Donovan, and she does. And that's the first inning with no score for the Rams today as they leave 2 on, nobody across. 11-0 remains the score. We move to the bottom of the 4th. We are back here at Trum Field. Highlanders down 11-0 as they will have 3, 4, and 5 in their lineup coming up. Nora Donovan leading off after she caught that ball in center field to end the top of the 3rd. First pitch from Poisson is in for strike 1. No balls and a strike now to Donovan. Donovan struck out back in the 1st inning. So Highlanders went down 1-2-3 in that inning. Michaela Poisson on the mound for Lynn Classical has 6 strikeouts on the day. That in the dirt, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Nora Donovan. Highlanders have not been able to get any runs across so far today against Poisson. They did have runners on 2nd and 3rd in the bottom half of the 2nd, but left them stranded there. 1-1 offering to Donovan inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Nora Donovan. That pitch down low, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now the count. That pitch up high, ball 4, second walk of the game issued by Poisson. Nora Donovan will go to first. Highlanders have their leadoff runner on for the 2nd time today. That'll bring up Kaylee McQueenie. McQueenie walked back in the 2nd. She was left stranded at 3rd in the bottom of the 2nd. That pitch in there, called strike 1 as it catches the upper part of the zone. No balls, 1 strike. Now the count to McQueenie. Nora Donovan is at first for the Highlanders. Nobody away here, bottom half of the 4th inning. Highlanders trailing 11-0. Lynn Classical jumped on them early. That pitch inside, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Kaylee McQueenie. Only Highlander with a hit stands on deck. Ileana Tejada. As that pitch up high gets past the catcher, Meager. As it gets back to the screen, Donovan will take second on the wild pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Now the count to McQueenie. As she swings, pops this one up behind second base, ranging back and making the play is Rachel Dana, who moved over from her initial third base position, as we have a new third baseman in the game. Pardon me for not noting that, as Sarah Tortorini has come in to play third base for the Rams. Tejada steps in. Tejada 1 for 1. She singled back in the second inning. High pitch once again by Poisson gets past Meager. So Nora will take third. Donovan stands at third. 1 away here. Highlanders looking to force across their first run. Ileana Tejada at the plate. As that pitch inside and low to Tejada, ball 1. Or ball 2, strike that. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Ileana Tejada. That one's in there for called strike. Catches the top part of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Tejada. Highlanders have a runner on third, 1 away here. Bottom half of the 4th inning, trailing 11-0. But they'd love to get that run across. Nora Donovan stands at third. That one in the dirt. Poisson struggling with her control as she walked Donovan to open out this inning. And she is down 3-1 to Tejada now. And that is ball 4 up high. As she walks her second Highlander of the inning, third Highlander of the game, Jordan Ardolino will come up for the Highlanders. Jordan struck out back in the second inning. Runners at the corners, 1 away here, bottom half of the 4th inning. Highlanders down 11-0, looking to force their first run across in this game. Meager out, meeting with Poisson at the mound. She rocks and delivers to Ardolino. That is called strike 1. As it catches the lower part of the strike zone, Ileana Tejada takes second base. So the runner is now at second and third for Jordan Ardolino. No balls, 1 strike. The count to Ardolino, 1 away here, bottom of the 4th. So that pitch inside and low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Ardolino. The 1-1 delivery. Popped up, out of play, first base side, out onto the street. One ball, 2 strike delivery, slow grounder to second base, fielded by Dana there. Run will come across to score. So on the fielder's choice, the Highlanders get their first run of the game as Nora Donovan comes in to score on that 4-3 fielder's choice. Ardelino with the RBI. 11-1 is the score, and that will bring up Nora Gamache. Gamache struck out back in the second inning. First offering to Gamache is a ball. Tejada advanced to third on the fielder's choice, so the Highlanders still runner on third, 2 away here. As this is a hot shot, third base. Tortolino just brought in, lets it get between the wickets. And the Highlanders have their second run of the game as Tejada comes in to score. 11-2 is the score now. As Samantha Coco comes up. Coco struck out to end the bottom half of the second inning. Pitch is swung on and missed up high. 2 away here, bottom half of the fourth. Highlanders have got 2 runs across. No balls, 2 strikes is the count to Samantha Coco. And Sam is looking to continue this inning. Stolen base there as Gamache takes second. Runner in scoring position now. Pitch was low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Sam Coco. And that is low in the dirt all the way back to the screen. So Gamache will move to third. And Coco, count on Coco. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Highlanders looking to get a third run across here in the bottom of the fourth. They already have 2. That is ball 3, just low. Coco let that one go. Good take there by Sam. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. 2 away, bottom half of the fourth inning. Runner at third is Gamache. Swing and a miss. And that will do it for the Highlanders in the bottom half of the fourth inning, but they force 2 runs across, and they tighten the lead of the Rams down to 9 runs. 11-2 is the score as we move to the top half of the 5th inning. We are back here at Trum Field, top half of the 5th inning. Highlanders trailing 11-2 as they force 2 across in the bottom of the 4th. And we have a new hitter in. Emma Chevalier steps in for Lynn Classical. She takes strike 1 low here in the top half of the 5th. Chevalier taking the place of Lauren Wilson. Chevalier hits a soft shot, unable to be fielded by Maddie French. So Chevalier on at first. That'll bring up Alyssa Bennett as Bennett will come in for Kylie Mills. Or strike that. Yes, that is a Bennett. Alyssa Bennett stepping in. As Chevalier now stands at first. As she got on leading off this inning. Highlanders down by 9 here in the top half of the 5th. As Nikki Grover's pitch goes to the backstop. Chevalier takes second on the wild pitch. And that is ball 1. Grover 7 strikeouts on the day. But of course 11 runs forced across by Lynn Classical as this one's popped up by Bennett. Running in, looking to make the play is Grover, and she can't quite get to it, kind of overran it slightly as it got into the heel of her mitt. So that is a loud strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Alyssa Bennett. And Bennett swings and fouls that one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Bennett. Sarah Tortorini awaits on deck for the Rams, as this is a pop-up third base. Coco comes in, makes the play, and Alyssa Bennett is taken care of. Brings up Tortorini. Tortorini, as we noted, was at third base in the bottom half of the fourth. That one in, called strike from Nikki Grover. 1 away here. Top half of the 5th inning. 11-2 is the Ram lead, as they have Emma Chevalier at second base. Grover's pitch swung on and missed again by Tortorini. Oh-2 delivery gets to the screen. Chevalier will take third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. 1 away. Highlanders down by 9, 11-2. Grover's pitch swung on and missed as Tortorini strikes out. That's strikeout number 10, or number 8, I should say. Strike that for Nikki Grover. And that'll bring up Maddie Meager. Meager 0 for 1 on the day, but scored 2 runs. She swings and misses at the first offering from Grover. 0 for 1 on the day. She flew out to center field to end the 4th inning, or strike that 3rd inning. She was hit by a pitch in the 1st and came around to score, and walked in the 2nd and came around to score. That is a called strike 2. It's Nikki Grover. Good accuracy there. And just barely tipped back to the screen as Maddie Meager stays alive. Runner at third is Emma Chevalier. She reached to lead off the inning, but Grover able to get the next 2 batters, one of them via strikeout, looking to get out of this inning for the 2nd straight scoreless inning. So that one's fouled out of play, first base side. Highlanders got 2 back in the bottom half of the 5th inning, or bottom half of the 4th, strike that, as they tightened it to 11-2. Pitch from Grover, high and outside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Maddie Meager. That's up high, ball 2. 2-2 now the count to Meager. 2 away here. Top half of the 5th inning. Highlanders trailing 11-2. Grover looking for her 2nd straight scoreless inning. That is up high, gets back to the screen. McQueenie fires it over, and safe is Chevalier. So it is a 12-2 lead now for the Lynn Classical Rams. And Chevalier comes to score on that wild pitch. On the wild pitch as well, the count moves full on Maddie Meager. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Meager walked earlier in the 1st inning and was also, or in the 2nd inning, was also hit by a pitch in the 1st. That one up high. Meager able to walk. 2nd time this game she's walked. That'll bring up Leilani Eth. Her first action today, and Eth puts it right through the middle of the infield for a single. As Leilani Eth gets that single. Runners on the corners now, 2 away. Turn over the lineup. Michaela Poisson back at the plate. Poisson 2 for 4 on the day. She singled and came around to score in the first, as well as singling and being left on in the first, as the Rams batted around, scoring 6 runs to open this game out. Then Poisson has struck out her last 2 times at the plate. Grover with 8 strikeouts on the day, 2 away, runners on the corners. That pitch up high. McQueenie fires it down to third. Coco, actually strike that. That wasn't Coco. The shortstop coming over to make the play on that one was Maddie French, as Coco up the third base line. Runners now on second and third, as Eth moved up from first to second. Swinging strike there to Poisson. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. 2 away here, top half of the 5th. Lynn Classical got 1 across on a wild pitch. As Poisson squares around to bunt. Bunts it foul back to McQueenie. Wind has picked up a bit here. Blowing out towards right center. One-two delivery to Poisson, and she put a charge in it left center into the gap, all the way back. 2 runners in to score. Poisson around third. She will score as well, as the Rams get their 3rd home run of the game. First one by Poisson. 3 more runs tacked on to their total. That is a 15-2 lead for the Rams. Rachel Dana will come up to the plate now for the Rams after that big home run by Poisson. Dana takes strike 1. Dana 3 for 4 today. She doubled and came around to score. Also had an RBI in the first inning. She fouls that one back. Also 2 singles on the day, but she's been left stranded on the base paths a few more times. No balls, 2 strikes is the count. As Grover takes a little bit off of it, Rachel or Dana able to just hold her swing up to tip it into the screen. 4 runs across here, strike that, for Lynn Classical in the top of the 5th. 3 of those coming in via a Michaela Poisson home run. So that's a hard grounder, gets into left field. As Rachel Dana continues her hot day, moves to 4 for 5 on the day, and that will bring up Manuela Lizardo. Lizardo 2 for 4 today. 2 singles, an RBI, 1 run scored. She struck out once as well. Lizardo fires that one foul down the third base line. 15-2 is the lead. Now we are in the world of the mercy rule, the 12-run rule. Highlanders will get the opportunity to bat here in the bottom half of the 5th. Once they are able to get out of the top half of the 5th inning, if they can bring it back to within a 12-run lead, they will play on. If not, this game will end after 5 innings, as that one's up high for ball 1. As that is up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now the count to Lizardo. 2 away here, top half of the 5th inning. Rams have put 4 more across to make it a 15-2 lead. As that pitch from Grover up high, ball 3 to Lizardo. 3-1 now the count. Grover struggling a little bit with the control now. Grover has pitched well. She has 8 strikeouts on the day. Unfortunately, Lynn Classical has been able to put the ball in play where the Highlanders have not been able to take care of it fielding-wise. That's fouled back into the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes, count is full. Second time today that Lizardo has had a full count. Grover fires that one in, and it is up high for ball 4. So Dana moves to second. Lizardo at first. Nevaeh Eth coming to the plate. Eth, 3 for 4 today, 2 home runs, a single as well, and another high fly ball center field. That's going to get over Nora Donovan's head. Nevaeh Eth's looking for the hat trick of home runs. She circles third, and that will be a hat trick of home runs for Nevaeh Eth. Three-run homer there for Lynn Classical. The floodgates have opened. 7-run inning. It is 18-2. The Rams lead the Highlanders. And also, Rams batting around second time today as Emma Chevalier will come to the plate. Chevalier walked to lead off this inning. Strike that, grounded past the third baseman Coco to lead off this inning. Came around to score on a wild pitch. It's a pop just out of the infield. It's going to drop into the outfield grass for a single for Chevalier. The inning continues now. Allison Bennett, her second opportunity this inning. She popped out to the third baseman Coco as that is swung on and missed, but Chevalier takes second. The ball got away from McQueenie. 2 away here, top half of the 5th inning. Lynn Classical has put 7 runs across here in the 5th. 2 home runs, 1 for Poisson, 1 for Eth, as that is swung on and missed for the strike. Alyssa Bennett at the plate, her second at bat this inning. She popped out to third for the first out of the inning. She is down 0-2. That is a pop-up. It's just going to get into the outfield. Chevalier will come around to score. The RBI single goes for Alyssa Bennett. And the merry-go-round keeps going as Sarah Tortorini will come in. Tortorini struck out earlier this inning for the second out of the inning. And that one catches the outside corner to Tortorini. Eight runs in here for Lynn Classical, as that's swung on and missed by Tortorini. Ball got back to the screen though, so Bennett takes second. Runner in scoring position once again for Lynn Classical. 2 away, top of the 5th. Lynn Classical's opened the floodgates with 8 runs, making a 19-2 lead. So that pitch low to Tortorini. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Sarah. Grover's delivery is up high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count. Nikki Grover is offering called strike 3 on the outside corner, as that will be Nikki's 9th strikeout of the day, and that will do it finally here in the top half of the 5th. But 8 across for the Rams. It's 19-2 is the lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We are back here at Trum Field. The Highlanders trail the Rams of Lynn Classical. The score is 19-2. We move to the bottom half of the 5th inning as Emma Benevento will lead off for the Highlanders, followed by the top of the lineup, Nikki Grover and Maddie French. As this offering from Poisson is outside, ball 1. Poisson pitching very, very well. On top of that, she cranked a 3-run homer in the bottom half, or top half, I should say, of the 5th inning, to extend that Ram lead. Has Benevento a great bunt there. It's just going to go foul. Emma laid down a beauty there, just barely rolling foul. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Highlanders now down 19-2. They are not able to get this back to a 12-run game this inning. They will need to get 5 runs across to keep this game going, or this could be the last inning of the game. So that pitch is up high, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. It's going to be very difficult to get those runs with Michaela Poisson on the mound. She has pitched very, very well, allowing only 2 runs to the Highlanders. So that one's up high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Benevento. Emma struck out back in the 3rd inning. 0 for 1 on the day. Poisson only allowing 2 hits so far today as well. So that pitch low for ball 4. Benevento works the walk. That's been the way the Highlanders have been able to get on base most of the time, as Poisson has also issued 4 walks today. I'll bring up Nikki Grover as the top of the lineup comes up. Nikki struck out in the 1st, grounded out to the pitcher in the 2nd as Benevento in for the stolen base. Maddie Meager, catcher for the Rams, made that one close with the arm, but Benevento able to avoid the tag. Now the Highlanders have a runner in scoring position, nobody out, as Grover pops that one out. Highlanders down by 17 right now. Bottom of the 5th inning. Mercy rule will take effect if they can't get 5 across here. As that one's popped up first base side, misplayed over there. As Leilani F., who had come in substitution of Brooke Broswell, unable to make that play. 2 strikes now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Nikki Grover. Swung on and missed. And that's a strikeout there, 1 away here, bottom half of the 5th inning. Highlanders have Emma Benevento at 2nd. That'll bring up Maddie French. Maddie popped out to 2nd in the 1st. She flew out to right field in the 3rd. Got good contact on that one, and that is a nice hot shot right through the middle of the infield as Benevento turns. Great throw from center field as Lizardo keeps Benevento there at 3rd and keeps the Highlanders off the scoreboard here in this inning. Runners on the corners, though, as Maddie French with that hot single right through the middle. Brings up Nora Donovan. Donovan scored 1 of the 2 runs for the Highlanders as she walked and came around to score in the bottom of the 4th. She struck out in the 1st. 0 for 1 on the day. As that pitch is in there for called strike, Maddie French takes 2nd base on the stolen base. 1 away here. Highlanders have runners on 2nd and 3rd. They trail by 17. Need to get 5 across this inning to keep this game alive. So that is in there for called strike 2, just at the knees of Nora Donovan. No balls, 2 strikes now, the count to Donovan. As that is a pop-up out of play, back towards Broadway. 0-2 remains the count. Highlanders have Benevento at third. Maddie French at second. One away here, bottom of the fifth. That's a grounder towards second. Dana makes the play, fires it over to first. And that is the second out of the inning, as Benevento will come in to score on the fielder's choice, or on the putout, I should say. Maddie French on to third. That brings up Kaylee McQueenie. McQueenie 0 for 1 on the day, as she walked back in the second inning and was stranded at third. First pitch is in for a ball. 2 away here, bottom half of the fifth inning. Highlanders trailing 19-3. Highlanders will need to get 4 more runs across here to keep this game alive, as that is a ball down low to McQueenie. Lynn Classical 1 out away from the victory here, as that will get back to the screen. Benevento, or I should say, strike that. Maddie French stays at third. 3 balls to McQueenie. She's looking to work her second walk of the day. 3-0 is the count. Eliana Tejada, one of the 2 Highlanders to get a hit today, or one of 3 Highlanders now to get a hit today, waits on deck as that catches the outside corner for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to McQueenie. Lynn Classical 1 out away from ending this game on the mercy rule. Highlanders would love to get Tejada up to the plate, see if they can cut into that lead a bit. And that is up high, ball 4. Tejada will get the chance here. Tejada singled back in the second inning, was left stranded at second base. She walked in the fourth and came around to score the Highlanders' second run. Highlanders have runners on the corner as Tejada takes the first offering for strike 1. That is a hot shot, first base side, unable to be played by Eth. 1 run in for the Highlanders. Coming around is McQueenie, and she is out at home, and that will do it, as McQueenie tried to score from first on that hit by Tejada. The relay, I should say, was in plenty of time to get her, and that's going to do it, as your final will be Highlanders 4, Rams 19, as that will end the game after 5 innings on that putout at home plate. Tough loss here for the Highlanders. Lynn Classical, excellent job on the mound by Michaela Poisson, and a great job with the bat by both Poisson and Nevaeh Eth. On the Somerville side, Nikki Grover, a good job on the mound. 8 strikeouts on the day for Nikki Grover. Just allowed too much contact and hit it where they ain't. That's what the Lynn Classical did. They did it early with 6 runs in the first, capped it off with 7 runs in the fifth. A 19-4 loss for the Highlanders today. Thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it, as you've been watching Somerville Highlanders softball here on Somerville Ed TV. Remember, we've got other athletics as well. We've got baseball, boys volleyball, boys and girls lacrosse as well. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching today. Thank you, Bill Trudell, on the camera. Thank you, Joe Constantine, on production. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Softball on Somerville Ed TV.